Hi everyone, this is Grace. How are you? You know, we would live up to age 100 and we would be working until age 80. So let's redesign your life. I always enjoy talking to senior citizens. When I was small, I'd rather spend time with my grandparents and listening to their stories when they were young or whatever, because for me, listening to those senior citizens would give me a good view of my future, that is my retirement life. So I usually recommend young people like high school student and a college student to volunteer at hospital and the nursing homes. So naturally, when I was undergraduate, I always volunteered in the hospital because I was applying for my allied health professional major, and I have to have some volunteer experience in a hospital. So that's what I did, and I've really observed people or patients over there. And my conclusion is, don't take your good health for granted. Don't take your good health for granted. You never know what's going to happen to you tomorrow. Perhaps you might, there is a executive who was a patient there. So he was an executive, high paid, and he was making telephone call. And perhaps that was a kind of a, business call, whatever it might, I don't know, it might make him angry or upset, whatever. Soon after he put the telephone down, he developed a stroke, subarachnoid hemorrhage. So he became pretty much quadriplegic. He cannot move his hands, cannot move his legs, just his face and the mouth. That's all he can move. Or there is a young man, usually young boys, very active. They do some, ski or exercise. They crash into a tree and they have spinal cord injury. Or there is a man, very successful CPA, but he loved to drink, so he had a drink at the party. On the way home, driving on the freeway, he had a Corvette. He crashed into the freeway, and he became a brain injured. All those things. So to me, it was good to work with those patients because from them, I learned a lot. Well, number one, I learned the good health. It's so precious. And it's up to you. You can destroy your health just like that. Just have a couple of alcohol while you're driving, or you don't take care of your health, and then you just get heart attack or stroke. Or your parents, highly likely your parents could develop either Alzheimer, dementia, or cancer, and it's you have to take care of your parents. You have to pay for their nursing home bill. You have to push their wheelchair. You have to feed them, all those things. So I really recommend you to go out, work as a volunteer in a hospital or a nursing home. See what your future could be. And then let's start working on your numbers, your money. And again, I'm not your financial consultant. I'm not making any claim, but it is a good idea. You might want to at least write down some milestone in your life. If you have kids, then at what age your children will be graduating from high school, just getting into college, who's going to pay for the college tuition? Or at what age your parents will be retiring, or your parents might develop either cancer or dementia. And at what age perhaps your spouse might develop heart attack, or your spouse might reach in the 50s and then the company may not need him. You know, usually if it's the same kind of job description, the company would rather hire younger people at the cheaper price, right? So all those crises or milestones you need to recognize, and you need to start planning on it. So I'm not here to scare you, but you just need to be a little bit realistic. And then always good idea to prepare for the worst case scenario, so that if the worst things happen to you, at least you're prepared. And if it doesn't happen at all, then you are better off. You have extra money. So that's all for today. So please be prepared and start thinking about investment or saving, or have additional source of income. Maybe start another business, moonlighting, whatever. Do it while you can. Don't wait until you are physically too old to do anything. Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.